Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing some fragrance combos that I came up with recently and that I think are absolutely delicious. So if you're looking for some edible smelling fall fragrance combinations, and if you happen to love Arabian fragrances just as much as I do, then please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you and I'm really excited to jump in. But before we do, per usual, I like to acknowledge those of you who may be new here. On this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle here and there. So if any of those things pique your interest, then I think you will love it here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. In this first combo, I have Lattafa's newest Angham. I've done a video all about this fragrance. This fragrance is currently a very popular fragrance, and there are so many videos on this fragrance to include mine. I will link my video here, but this fragrance is supposed to be a dupe for Burberry's Goddess. This fragrance has like this warm, spicy feel. It's a little aromatic. It is vanillic. It's ambery. It's the perfect fall scent, albeit a little lighter than your typical fall scent. But in my opinion, the notes are fall vibes all the way. This is comforting, it's cozy, it's warm, it's sensual, and I've really been enjoying this fragrance. And I decided to pair Angham with another fragrance in my collection that is also warm and sensual and ambery with an aromatic touch. And this is one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection because it is so luxurious and opulent smelling, yet it is still very cozy and the perfect fall winter fragrance. And that fragrance is MFK's Grand Soir or Grand Soir. As I mentioned, Grand Soir is absolutely beautiful. I love how ambery and resinous this fragrance is. So there's a deep resin at the opening of this fragrance, that labdanum that's in here. There's another resin at the mid, I believe it's benzoin. And then you have that gorgeous amber and tonka at the base of this fragrance, together with some sweet vanilla. So this fragrance is cozy, like I mentioned. It's warm, but then it's very deep and bold and powerful because of those resins. So that makes it very grown up and sensual. And my favorite part of this fragrance is the dry down. And I forgot to mention the dry down of this fragrance the last time I spoke about it, but one of my subbies reminded me about the dry down in the comments. And the dry down is what actually made me fall in love with this fragrance. It has such a beautiful dry down. That aromatic edge that's in the opening really settles down on the dry down of this fragrance, and that is the part that I love. And I feel like these fragrances marry so well together, with Lattafa's Angham adding a bit more sweetness to Grand Soir, and Grand Soir adding a bit more seriousness and boldness to Angham. For this combo, I don't think the order that you layer really matters because both fragrances kind of blend together. The notes are so similar, so you can really go in however you want with this combo, but this is so beautiful, y'all. Y'all, this combo smells so luxurious and expensive. So like I said, the order with which you layer the fragrances really doesn't matter. But I will say that if you want this combo to come across as sweeter and lighter, I would be really light-handed with Grand Soir and really heavy-handed with Lattafa's Angham, and you'll get that effect. But both of these fragrances are amazing scents, Grand Soir being a powerhouse fragrance in terms of performance. So you do have to keep that in mind when you're layering. But y'all, this combo is everything. I am loving it. This is the perfect combo for stepping out during the fall and winter. So if you're going out in the evening, if you have a black tie sort of event, if you're going on a date night, if you're going to a show, I feel like this combo is perfect for that. This is a combo that I will be wearing for those type of occasions this fall and winter. It's so good. It's very powerful and bold, and I love that about it. But then once it settles down, it's gonna get cozy and warm and sweet and inviting. Ugh, this smells amazing. So again, Lattafa's Angham and MFK's Grand Soir. The next combo is for my coffee lovers. If you love a good coffee note in your fragrances, Al Rahab's French Coffee is the perfect layering fragrance. Al Rahab's French Coffee has notes of coffee, of course, sugar, cinnamon, milk. This is such a delicious fragrance. And the coffee is really more prominent in the opening, and then it dries down to all of those like milky, sugary, sweet notes. But it is a gorgeous fragrance. The coffee note in here is absolutely fantastic. I do feel like it settles quite a bit on the dry down, and that's the only thing I would change about this fragrance is I wish the coffee note was as strong from beginning to end, but the opening is worth it. This is so good. And I decided to pair it with YSL's Black Opium Le Parfum. This is a fragrance that also has a coffee note, so I thought why not mix the two together and see what I get. And I'm quite impressed with this combo. It turned out beautifully. So I have talked about this fragrance quite a bit on the channel. This is a vanilla fragrance that is warm and spicy. It has a gorgeous cinnamon note, so there's a burst of freshness but also spice in the opening, and then you get all of those gorgeous vanillas in this fragrance. This fragrance is supposed to have a coffee note, but the coffee note in here is not very prominent to my nose. I feel like I really have to try hard and concentrate to detect the coffee. So my thoughts were that layering this with French coffee would help kind of bring out that coffee element and really help me imagine what this would smell like if the coffee note were more prominent. Really, those were the reasons. That's really why I decided to pair these two. I wanted to picture and imagine what this would smell like with a more amplified coffee note. So I went in with French coffee first, and then I put on Le Parfum. So let's do that again. Y'all, this combo is a coffee lover's dream. It smells so amazing. If you love coffee as much as I love coffee, picture a caramel macchiato with a little bit of spice. That's this combo. It's so delicious smelling. Oh, it's so good. And surprisingly, Al Rahab's French Coffee really shines, especially in the opening, within this combo. So it's the more prominent fragrance, even though I put it on first and layered on Le Parfum. It's the dominant fragrance in this combo. So you're getting that coffee and you're getting all of those vanillas. I think there are 4 different kinds of vanillas in Black Opium Le Parfum. So this is so delicious, so sweet. Like I said, it's like a caramel macchiato with a little bit of spice. This one is for my coffee lovers only. If you love coffee and you have these 2 fragrances, try this combo and let me know your thoughts. Again, this combo consisted of French Coffee by Al Rahab and Black Opium Le Parfum by YSL. And so we have one more fragrance combo, but I also have a bonus combo or combos to share very briefly before we part ways today. So this next combo consisted of Barakat Gentle Gold, which I've been letting sit and it's become so beautiful. So this is the first fragrance in this combo. And this particular fragrance, as you may or may not know, is supposed to be a dupe for MFK's Gentle Fluidity Gold. I talked about this fragrance in a dedicated video, which I will link here. So this fragrance is a little different than the OG because it opens up with those sweet and ambery notes, and then it transitions to those woody and earthy and slightly spicy notes as the fragrance dries down. Now, if you're looking on Fragrantica, it's going to show the exact same notes and the order of notes as Gentle Fluidity Gold, but if you check out a couple of other sites, you'll see that the notes are in a different order. And I think that's why the scent experience is a little different than the OG, but this is an amazing dupe nonetheless. And it's getting closer and closer to the OG the longer it sits. And the second fragrance in this combo is Lattafa's Eclair. Lattafa's Eclair, being inspired by Giardini di Toscana's Bianco Latte, is like this warm glass of milk that has a liquefied caramel mixed in and some vanilla. This fragrance is so edible smelling. It's so delicious. It's sticky sweet and it has this slight savoriness to it. It's so comforting and sweet. It's also very long lasting. So I love this fragrance. It's definitely been in rotation for me, and this combo was everything. Eclair, Barakat Gentle Gold. I can't quite put this combo into words. That's how good it is. This combo is everything. It is amazing. It's like the two fragrances coming together creates this toasted quality, this toasted accord. That's what I'm picking up. It's all of those sweet and sticky and edible notes with like a toasted background. The earthiness and the woodiness of Barakat Gentle Gold really shines in this combo. And then the sticky sweet saltiness of Eclair really shines as well. This combo smells both delicious and expensive, and it's a combo that again you can take out with you when you're going out and you're headed out to do something where you're dressed up. This is an amazing combo for that kind of a vibe. It feels very polished, yet it still gives those of us that love a good gourmand those gourmand elements. It's so scrumptious, absolutely delicious, yet very sensual and grown up and polished. This might be my favorite combo out of all three. It was so delicious. I was taken aback by how good this was. I was not expecting it to smell this good. But that's the fun part of playing around with your fragrances and layering them, is you never know what you're going to come up with, especially with these fragrances that are affordable, more accessible. It's as if I feel guilt-free spraying them and mixing them and playing around with them. So these are one of my favorite kinds of videos to do. I love this combo. It's so yummy, but it's so grown up. I love this combo. It's so good. So again, the combo consisted of Barakat Gentle Gold by Fragrance World and Eclair by Lattafa. For the bonus combos, if you want to smell as if you're enveloped in a fluffy cloud of milk chocolate, try pairing together these two fragrances. Try pairing Empire Victor with Kisa Delicious. This combo, y'all, is so vanillic and fluffy and whipped and sweet and creamy and playful and innocent smelling, very youthful and just absolutely delicious. If you have these two, try it and let me know what you think. And for my last bonus combo, I have here Teodoro Scalotini's Velvet Chocolate and Kisa Delicious. If you want to amp up the chocolate that is in Kisa Delicious and you have a chocolate fragrance like Velvet Chocolate, if you pair the two together, it will do exactly that. It will bring out the chocolate in Kisa Delicious. So what I did was I sprayed on Velvet Chocolate as a base and went in with Kisa Delicious because this is the fragrance I wanted to shine a bit more. And if you have a chocolate fragrance that veers a little too far into that chocolate category, like this one, this is a literal pure chocolate fragrance. Pairing it with something like Kisa Delicious adds some vanilla and cream and milk to it with its fluffiness and creaminess, really kind of dilutes that strong chocolate that's in Velvet Chocolate. So pairing these two together will do a couple of different things, and I found this to be a really fun combo and very delicious as well. Okay friend, thank you so much for still being here. If you enjoyed the video and if you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like on your way out because that helps my channel continue to grow. And if you're here and you love fragrance content but you're not subscribed, I invite you to go ahead and subscribe because I make quite a bit of fragrance content on this channel. I think you will enjoy it. I had so much fun chit-chatting about fragrances with you all today, so thank you for being here. But before we part ways, I wanted to remind you today about the importance of your mind, my mind, our minds. And the older I get, the more I realize how much our lives are impacted by our minds, our mental state. In Proverbs, it says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And that lends to the importance of making sure that your mind is in a healthy place, because the way that you see yourself, the way you think about your life, the way you think about your abilities and your competencies really impacts the things that you go on to do in your life. So if you want to do bigger and better things, it all starts with making sure your mind is in a healthy place and making sure that we start each and every day with intentionality. So for example, for me, I start each and every day with either listening to scripture, reading either the Bible or some other text, and sometimes I'll listen to a life coach. So someone that has a lot of wisdom and experience in life and that is pouring it out and sharing it. So I make sure that each and every day I sit up under some wisdom and really feed my mind. So I wanted to encourage you with that because I know we live in a fast-paced world where we have so many obligations, so many responsibilities, and sometimes we can neglect our minds. So I hope that reminder encouraged you today. I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.